Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. I've got a really fun video for you today. I'm going to be sharing with you 10 English words that have a completely different meaning in German, even though they are spelled exactly the same way. But before I get into the list, I want to give a big shout out to the online language school Lingoda for kindly sponsoring this video. Lingoda is hosting round 6 of their language marathon, and this is their very last language marathon promotion, so there are very limited spots. Every time the Lingoda Language Marathon comes around, I like to share it with you guys. I know that I've got a lot of language learners who watch my videos, and this is just such an incredible opportunity. So for those of you who don't know what Lingoda is, it is an online language school based in Berlin. It offers classes in English, German, French, Spanish, and business English. These classes are taken online in a virtual classroom with qualified native speaking language teachers, and the classes are very flexible. You can pick whenever you want to have your class. So if you compete in the Lingoda Marathon and you're successful, you are able to receive 100% refund on 3 months worth of professional language lessons. This is an incredible deal, guys. The marathon starting date is the 23rd of September, so as I mentioned, there are very limited spots. You need to get in really quick if you're interested. You can use my voucher code TALK13 to get a €10 discount off the deposit price of €49. So guys, I challenge you to take part in the Lingoda Marathon. I'm a huge fan of Lingoda. I've taken classes with them in the past. They are absolutely fantastic. So I think you guys will really get a lot out of this. Okay guys, so the first English word that has a completely different meaning in German is handy. So handy means practical. So for example, I could say, I always have a hair tie on my wrist because it's really handy in case I want to tie my hair up. But in German, the word handy is pronounced a little bit different. This is how Google pronounces it.
Handy.
Handy, and it actually means mobile or cell phone. So that's a completely different meaning, but also a mobile or a cell phone can be handy. It's practical to take around, so it does have a little bit of a connection. Okay, so the next English word that has a completely different meaning in German is fast, and we all know what fast means. It means to be quick, to speed somewhere, to go quickly. And in German, this is how it's pronounced.
Fast.
Fast. And it means almost. So it means I'm almost there. So I guess you'd use it in a sentence like Ich bin fast da, I'm almost there. So almost and quickly are completely different meanings. Okay, so the next word, it really threw me off. I was really not expecting this English word to mean this in German, and that is the word rock. And rock, it means a big stone. And in German, this is how it's pronounced. It sounds pretty different. It's spelled the same though. So in German, this is how Google pronounces it.
Rock.
Rock. Well, I don't even know if I can pronounce that properly. Let's listen to it again.
Rock.
Rock. Okay, and so this actually means a skirt. So, a big stone and a skirt, it doesn't even relate to each other. So it's totally different. This actually really helped me remember the word for skirt when I was learning the German language, because I pictured a lady wearing a rock like in caveman times instead of a skirt. So that's like a little tip for you to make up like little stories like that to remember vocabulary if you're learning a language. Okay, so the next English word that has a completely different meaning in German is tot. And tot is a little nickname for a child. So you'd say, oh, that little tot is so cute. Or you'd say, oh, look at that little tot over there. And it's kind of used as a term of endearment for children. And in German, it has a completely different meaning, and it's also pronounced completely differently. And so this is how it's pronounced in German on Google.
Tot.
Tot, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and tot actually means dead. So if someone dies, you would say they are
tot.
So there you go, a completely different meaning and different pronunciation too. So guys, the next English word is boot. We all know what a boot is, it's footwear that we wear in the winter time. And in German, boot is pronounced
Boot.
Boat, and it actually means boat. So different pronunciation, different meaning. I know this sounds really stupid, but when I first started learning the German language, I would picture a boat sailing across the water like a boat, and that was kind of my way of combining the two words together and making a connection between the two. And I use this often, I use this technique often when I'm trying to remember German vocabulary. I would relate it to a crazy kind of story in my mind. Okay guys, so the next English word that has a completely different meaning in German is brief. And so the word brief in English is when you do something really quickly. For example, I'm going to explain the instructions really briefly. So basically not in full detail, just sort of a basic explanation. And the word brief in German is pronounced
Brief.
Brief. I don't know if I pronounced that right. So
Brief.
in German means a letter. So basically I'm going to write a letter. And the way that I remembered the word letter in German when I was learning the German language is to think to myself, I'm going to write a really brief letter, so like a really quick letter, and that really worked and it really stuck in my head. So guys, the next English word that has a totally different meaning in German is gift, and gift means to give somebody a present. This is a really lovely meaning, except the meaning in German is the complete opposite and it's something not so nice. So this word has always really amused me in German. The German pronunciation is
Gift.
gift, and it's pronounced pretty similar to the English version, except it means the complete opposite, which is poison. So gift, present, and poison, completely different. I'm going to give my enemy a gift, but it's actually going to be poison. And I know that's really stupid, but I never forgot the word after making up that little story in my head. Okay, so the next word is bald, and bald in English means you have absolutely no hair. So a man might go completely bald, like lose his hair. I don't mind bald men, I think it can look really cool, but it has a completely different meaning and a completely different pronunciation in German. So this is the German pronunciation of bald.
Bald.
Bald. And bald means soon, so I'm gonna be there soon. So soon and bald, completely different meanings, completely different pronunciation. So guys, the next English word with a completely different meaning in German is grab. And grab means to grab something. I'm so hungry, I'm just gonna grab an apple. And in German, grab is pronounced
Grab.
grab, which means grave, like a headstone. So this is where somebody is buried, a grave, like a graveyard. So grab and grave, completely different meanings, like no relation to each other. So last but not least, the very last English word that has a completely different meaning in German. I'm sure there's a whole lot of other English words that have different meanings in German. This is just my list. And that word is links. So in English, links mean things that are connected together. So just say a chain, it has a lot of little links to form a chain. So they're all connected together. In German, the word links is pronounced
Links.
links, and it means left. So the left-hand side of the road. So for example, du musst nach links gehen, you need to go left. So once again, absolutely no connection between the two words, links and links. They're pronounced basically not exactly the same, but quite similar, but they have no sort of connection with each other. I know that there are a lot of English words that have exactly the same meaning in German and vice versa, but I thought it made it kind of more interesting to talk about words that are spelt exactly the same with different meanings. So if you guys can think of any, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And also guys, I wanted to remind you about the Lingoda Marathon. If you are a language learner and you want to dramatically improve your foreign language skills in a very short amount of time, then the Lingoda Marathon is for you. Remember that this is the very last language marathon promotion. Spots are limited, so get in quick. Thank you so much for watching guys. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. I would love you to subscribe to my channel. Feel free to connect with me on Instagram, and I will see you again really soon. Bye.